Hey guys, and welcome back to our reviewing of Steven Universe. This episode is Laser Light Cannon. So this episode introduced Steven's dad, Greg. What do you think of him?
I suppose the good thing about this episode, I can't think of it. Okay, as I was going to say about the character, where was I going? The introduction of the dad reminds me, once again, this show knows how to do humor. It's a type of humor you gotta just know how to do. It's not, it's a kid, even though it's a kid's show, it doesn't try to be outlandish or obnoxious. It has characters who at first seem like they're annoying in 2 seconds, but then after a while you realize, okay, they're quite nice. And not nice, but they're characters that it's clearly a well-written show that is working for all ages.
Yeah, like at first glance, some people mistakenly think of Greg as like a deadbeat just because he doesn't live with Steven.
Yeah, but they take it in such good humor that it really works.
Yeah, plus you might not notice it at first, but we later see that he helped build the house Steven lives in.
Yeah, but we don't know that.
And he might be content to live in his van, but he makes sure to take care of Steven the best that he can. He works hard at the car wash to earn money.
Then why doesn't he live in the house?
They couldn't be bothered to build a room for him. Or maybe because he likes to stay away from magic stuff, and the house has the door to the temple, which is where the gems go. So maybe he wanted to stay away from the warp pads and all that magic stuff, so he decided to live in town and stay close to the car wash. But the point is, he takes good care of Steven, even though people don't notice it at first. And the song we heard in this episode also shows a bit about who he is. He's not that smart, he's not that good looking, but he's a good guy. And that song is part of what attracted Rose to him. It's made pretty clear that Rose is not around anymore, but we get, when Steven's in the storage unit, we get a small glimpse at what Greg's relationship with Rose was like, because they tell the story of how they met a bit. Even though we don't actually see her because she's gone, this episode is basically our introduction to Rose as well. What do you think of her?
I can't think of anything. You can't think of something of a non-existent character.
Yeah, all we really know is that she was a gem, and she had to give up her physical form, which basically means die, to create Steven.
Yeah, as soon as I heard that, I thought, okay, can they not say die?
No, they never say the word die.
Of course they don't. Okay.
Hey, are you dead?
What? Oh.
But it makes more sense because of the way gems work. Gems don't
I'm sorry, they say die in Code Lyoko, and that's how you realize this show's serious.
Well, because gems can't die.
But every other human in the planet can die. You said they never say die. You said they never say die. Not the people, I mean the entire show. That's because
there's no one that dies in the show, I think.
Well, that's boring.
The point is, gems can't die. They're not human. But for her son to be half gem, she had to give up her life to pass on her gemstone to him, which is what makes him half gem, half human.
Oh, so wait, if she didn't give up her life, would he have just came out as a normal human with his DNA?
No, that was the only way she could have a child.
Fine.
So what did you like about this episode, or what interested you? Because there were times when it looked like you were enjoying it.
Okay, I will say, yeah, I'll tell you why. It's because I'm starting to see where all the memes are coming from. I'm already hearing references I've heard somewhere else and going, okay, there's that thing. There's the bits reference. I can't remember who said, somebody said it. I can't remember who said it. Obviously, it was probably on Twitch, but I can't remember. So there's that reference.
The bits becomes a running joke because whenever Steven goes to the fry shop...
I knew it had to be a reference. I knew it had to be a running joke. It was no way somebody's just remembering a moment from episode 2.
people are always talking about Cookie Cat, and that's only in the first episode.
That's the pilot episode. Everyone remembers the pilot episode.
Yeah. But yeah, the bits become a running joke later on. It's implied that Stephen always goes to the fry shop and asks for just the bits, not actual fries. And he's really enthusiastic
Yeah, okay, we didn't need the whole explanation. We get that bit.
But the one repeated quote of this episode is...
Yes, we get it.
Every
Yeah.
pork chop
Okay,
perfect.
Kat, don't patronise the audience or me.
Okay.
Or me.
But what do you think the message of that quote is?
I don't know. My problem was I liked it at first, then they said it about way too many times.
Yeah. Well, I think it was because it was so that Stephen would remember it and then say it later on, because it turned out to be the password, the activation code for the laser light cannon, which just shows, which further tells us about Rose's relationship with Greg, that Greg said that a lot, and then Rose made that the activation code for her cannon.
Except, okay, but that... Well, it's also a good safety measure, because only 2 people in the world would know it, and even then, they wouldn't know how to use it.
Yeah,
Because her dad doesn't give a shit, and Steven's an idiot.
Yeah, even Pearl, who was really close with Rose when she was alive, didn't even know how to activate it. Which just shows there were some things that she only shared with Greg. He didn't know that was the code, but I think she made that the code so that he could end up using it if he needs to. As like leaving behind, okay, this is my weapon, it's yours now, sort of, because the code is something he would say.
Even though it's not an instruction, it's just hoping he'll say it, which immediately makes her think that damn Futurama episode where it's just, okay, we'll pick the word you most say.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, Rose is very mysterious. We don't know much about her at first, and later on Stephen tries to learn more about her, and, well, that's all I'll say for now. But I think one of my favourite parts of this episode was that, was how he saved most of Beach City, which is a nice message.
I liked it. Again, this show knows how to do humour.
Yeah, it's humour, and also it's the message that you can't always completely win. Like, they destroyed the thing, but they still made a bit of a mess.
And of course, as soon as I saw that thing, I just immediately think of this as a less weird version of the Doom Patrol episode Cold Patrol.
Well, I haven't seen that yet, so I don't know what you're on about. But that's all I thought of to talk about, so what do you think of the episode as a whole?
I think I gave last one a 6. I've got to give this one, it's either 6.5, possibly a 7. This episode just reminds me, seriously, this show, I can't understate, the animation is good. I can't deny that. Nobody can deny the animation is great about this show. They go through such little... I love shows which have background references or really good obscure details. This is the thing about animation, is when every detail is put there. You can't have an accidental detail because it's all drawn.
Yeah,
I noticed, even when he was driving, he has a sandal tan on his foot.
Oh, yeah.
I love that
with
bit.
Greg.
That is such a
And also
small
you can
reference.
see the tan of, he could be wearing a shirt.
No, that was fine. Any idiot can decide to do, I'll do a shirt tan line. Everyone does that. Sandal tan, that was the proof that we've got good detail in the animators.
Yeah,
that is the best quality of the show.
because normally he is wearing sandals, but he had bare feet in that one. But yeah, I like how in the background, characters are usually, they're not static like some shows do. They're always doing something or reacting to something.
Yeah, the only thing I would have added is that there was this one bit where, okay, they're talking and you see her being thrown at the thing again. I would have had that happen a few more times where I would have had a lengthy conversation where she's just doing it in the background.
Yes, that was the best part of the episode where she's just they're like, Dad, look at the red eye,
So-
and then Amethyst comes hurtling
See,
at
it was,
it.
once was okay, this is silly. Twice was okay, this is really annoying.
And it
then
shows you that they're
but
still
then,
doing it.
Yeah, but then third time, it actually becomes funny. It's that old saying, I can't remember which comedian said this, but somebody says something becomes funny, really funny, less funny, and then really, really funny.
Oh yeah, when they rock up at the beach and she's like, throw me again, I think I'm cracking
No, that's when it got annoying again. But that's how you learn to do it. When it was, okay, it's like, okay, it's alright, funny. Then it was like, okay, this is just dumb. But then I see it in the background, it's like, okay, I like it again.
Yeah, and it's the most random thing ever. And that's Amethyst's humour. She has a lot of random things that are just so random it's funny.
That's the thing. This is it's got good animation quality. It's quick and that's the thing. Good animation quality. It knows how to have nice, simple humor without overdoing it, over exaggerating,
And
or
that's
being
why
obnoxious.
I'm learning to like season 1, because the humour
And
does
it's also
change.
just quick. And the fact is, it's quick and simple. No padding, no nothing. Just get on with it.
Yeah, but the thing is, the humour does change as it goes on, and that's why I'm starting to like season 1 again, is because season 1 has more of that random humour that I love, and that, I'll admit, starts to go away a bit, and the humour does change. But we'll see about that when we get to it. For now, I suppose I'll give it an 8. It was pretty good.
Oh, someone's being generous. You're super harsh on Arrow, but now you're being generous. We're just flip-flopped. Well, you said 8. I did say either 6.5 or 7, so...
Pick one.
I don't have to pick one. 6.5 or 7. Those are numbers, aren't they?
How do I write that on the screen?
You figured that one out. You just keep averaging them.
Screw you!
Well, on that note, and on that bombshell, I think that's the end.